So my Sunday afternoon yesterday was interrupted by an announcement that the BBC was holding a mayoral debate. Imagine being the candidate who's been ranked second for the past 6 months to be the next mayor of London, was surprised to know there was a BBC debate because the BBC didn't tell anybody about it. They didn't contact me. And all of a sudden, boom, I see 4 candidates on stage having discussions about the future of this city. The future of this city that I've spent 8 months researching, that I've got a 50-page manifesto on, that I've spent 5,000 miles traveling on my battle bus throughout London, met with citizens in every single borough of the 32 boroughs in London, and yet I haven't been invited to this debate. I was frustrated. They asked questions of these candidates and they were not answered properly. I just wish I could have answered some of these questions about the current mayor's failings when it comes to the economy, crime, transport, housing. And yet I was boxed out. And this is media paid for by your tax dollar because you are taxed to keep the BBC in business. They are supposed to be objective journalists. They are supposed to be part of free and fair elections. And yet they decide not to invite me, the independent candidate who has the only chance of beating the current mayor of London. No, they bring the also-rans, the Lib Dems and the Greens, who have no chance of winning. They don't even believe they can win. They're paid for by you to get up there and put on a show, and they end up usually just complimenting each other, and then 4 more years of the same thing, and we play it again. And what I find most comical and basically insulting is the 4 people on this BBC debate are all paid for by you to show up in the Greater London Assembly and have this same discussion every month. You pay their high salaries to do that. And now they show up on the BBC giving you the illusion of choice for the next mayor. And it's just hard to watch. And again, you should feel insulted when our mainstream media channels try to say they are giving you objective journalists and trying to give you an idea of who the candidates are. Everyone in the streets of London knows that I'm the only person that can beat Sadiq Khan. And yet we're continually ignored by some of the biggest channels out there. And it just goes to show you how the gatekeepers have been in control of the political process for the past 100 years. They remain in control. And I'm trying to change that through my digital channel, through my independent voice, through going out there and doing things, through fighting back against police trying to ban me from arresting and fining my team and intimidate me. And again, there will come a day where people can go directly to the voters via these digital networks. But they're going to try to hold that off as soon as possible because their entire business model of a political party, of a television channel, of a newsprint publication is all based on the restriction of information. It's all based as keeping things the way they are, the status quo. And it always takes an independent voice, whether you're Elon Musk or Brian Rose, to come in here and say, guess what? I got a crazy new way how we're going to do something even better than what's currently out there. And we're going to make everyone win on the back of it. It always takes an independent party to do that because they're never going to do it because they have no motivation to innovate. Whether you're a Labour or a Conservative, they have no motivation to innovate because for them, they know they're going to get elected. They can pull the same game on you every 4 or 5 years, give you the illusion of choice, give you a little fake fight, a little farce, a little sideshow like we saw on the BBC on Sunday, and then you'll go ahead and vote, feel like you had an option, and then it's 4 or 5 more years of the same things. More knife crime. No housing being built, bankrupt transportation system, nobody really rebuilding London's economy. And guess what? Next time they'll give you another choice and another choice until finally one day you put your hand up and say, wait a second, are we really hearing from all the voices? Are we really hearing? What about this guy, Brian Rose? I've heard about him. How come he's not on that debate stage? And so that's the question you need to go to BBC and ask them right now. Go to ITV and say, where's Brian Rose? How come he wasn't invited to this debate? He's clearly been out there campaigning. He's clearly loved and liked by many people in London. He clearly is the only person that can beat Sadiq Khan. Why didn't you invite him? What are you scared of? These are the questions I'm asking. I encourage you to ask these of your media providers, especially the ones that tax you by penalty of throwing you in jail to provide you media. Yes, BBC, I'm talking about you. Why am I such a threat? I've worked with members of the House of Lords, members of the Metropolitan Police, members of TfL, senior architects, senior economists from Imperial College to create my 50-page manifesto. I spent 8 months on this document. I could have spoke about that on Sunday. Why won't you hear these ideas? These are the questions we must ask. Leave me your comments below. Yes, I get emotional about this because if it wasn't so tragic, it would be comical how I'm being ignored. But it's our future. It's the future of our children. It's the future of our business. It's our health. It's our mental health. And that's why I'm so passionate about this. So I'm still waiting, the BBC. You've still got time to invite me on. I'm still waiting to be invited for this debate. I can't wait to go head to head with the current mayor and expose all of his horrible, horrible failings when it comes to this city. But again, be aware that this supposedly objective media out there is actually running their own game. They're putting on a sideshow for you, and it's about time we say enough is enough. So leave me your comments below. Share this video with someone who needs it. We're still going to move forward. And on May 6th, with your help, we're going to pull off the greatest political upset in British history. We're going to take London in a new direction with independent ideas and a fresh perspective, and I cannot wait. So thank you so much for the support. Leave me your comment below, and I'll see you out there campaigning.